What's happening, guys? Today I want to talk about why you're so dang hungry during a reverse diet. Okay, so this is a topic that's come up multiple times now from clients that I have who finished a fat loss phase and are now into a reverse diet phase where we're putting calories back in and shifting the focus from fat loss into metabolic building, muscle building, gaining strength, and all that other stuff. But what a lot of them are noticing is, even though calories are on the rise now, they're actually more hungry now than they were during their actual cutting phase when calories were lower. So why the heck would that be? All right, well, I think there's a few reasons for this, some of them physiologically and some of them psychologically. And I think psychologically is probably the more bigger factor in my mind, but you could definitely argue this. But I think a big part comes from when we are dieting and we are hard focused on a cut, all right? We're really focused hard on getting to this goal and to lose the fat and get where you want to be and then move on to the next phase. Well, when you're in this fat loss phase, you're hyper focused, all right? Like you just feel like, okay, yes, calories are restricted. Yes, this is difficult, but this is what is required to get me to my goal. If I'm gonna get there, I gotta do the work. I gotta track my macros. I gotta do what I gotta do to get there. So you're kind of okay with some of the suck. You just feel like, okay, this is just what's required, right? So you aren't even necessarily as hungry. I mean, yes, you're probably gonna be hungry, especially the more you lose, the closer to the goal that you get, the more hungry you're probably gonna be in the long run, but you can deal with it okay. But now your fat loss phase has ended. Now you're ready to shift focus and you're like, okay, give me some freaking food, please. I haven't been eating in so long. I could use some calories in my life. Now you start adding some calories back in, but now you're not focused on that fat loss. Now you're changing focus. Now you're focused on getting more food. Like that almost becomes like your whole focus is give me more food, please. I would like more food. And you shift focus to building your metabolism, building some muscle and all these other things. Well, now it's like, okay, I want the food. But if you're going through a reverse and your goal is to try to minimize as much fat gain as possible through this reverse process, especially more general population people who have just kind of reached that long-term goal and now they want to shift focus, the fear becomes, well, I just don't want to lose or I don't want to gain all the weight back. That becomes kind of the fear is, well, I just did all this hard work. If I reverse too fast, well, now I'm going to gain all the weight back, which I understand the fear, but it's a little bit irrational. It's not going to work that way because you're controlling yourself. You got way out of shape because you weren't doing anything, right? Well, now you've got that focus. And the only way that you're going to get back to the way things were is if you just kind of give up and don't pay attention, right? So there's different ways we can reverse, and I've talked about this a million times, so I don't want to go into it deeply in this video. But basically, the trade-off becomes the faster you reverse, the faster your calories will come up, the faster your metabolic rate will come up, but the greater of a chance there is for an increase in body fat during this process, or more of an increase in body fat, where if you take it slower, you'll gain less, but it also takes longer to get through the process. So if your focus is, I don't want to gain as much and I want to try to maintain the best I can going through this reverse diet, well, now you're not increasing calories super fast. You probably see a bigger bump at first, but then you're going to go really slow after that. Well, now it's like, okay, the calories are coming, but I'm still hungry. My calories are still low. And it becomes harder to stay on point because it's like you're not focused on that fat loss goal anymore. Plus, there are physiological reasons as well. I mean, when you diet hard and your calories get low, your hormones are going to change. Ghrelin, which is a hunger hormone, is going to rise. It's going to signal to your body that you're hungrier. Leptin is going to drop, and that's telling you that you're full. So you have one hormone telling you you're hungry. You got one hormone telling you that you're never full when you do eat. Well, it leads to being really hungry, right? And then while you're looking for calories to come back into your diet, well, it can be very difficult. So as calories come up, you almost just get hungrier and hungrier all the time until it gets to a certain point where you finally feel more satisfied. But I just want you to know, like, if you are personally going through this right now, or have gone through this, or you will be going through it, it's perfectly normal to be more hungry in a reverse diet than it is during a cut. In fact, I would find that it's typically almost more normal to be hungry through a reverse than you were through a diet. So it's normal. There are both physiological and psychological reasons for this. Just do your best to hang with it and understand that there's always that trade-off. So you can increase your calories faster if you want, but you just have to understand what that will mean. And if you want to try to avoid some of the fat loss, or some of the fat gain during the process, you need to take it slower. But if you're looking to build some muscle and you're looking to go through the next phase of training where you want to put some size on it and perform a little better, well, then increase a little bit faster and just understand that there's always that trade-off. All right, so that's my take on it. Hopefully it helps. Any questions, as always, leave them in the comments below, and I will talk to you guys next time.
I'm addicted to the love that you're giving. Every minute, every day I've been craving.